Hi, my name is Estela Lugo. I'm 37 years old and I have CMT, which is also known as Charcot-Marie-Tooth-Disease. It affects 2.6 million people in the world, and I was diagnosed at the age of 3. Right now, there's nothing on the market to cure it. There's no medication. I feel a lot of pressure to stay ahead of the game, to be proactive. I've tried yoga classes, I've tried CrossFit, I go to the gym, I swim. It's a constant search for the most effective treatment for this. My first impression of Chris before he even started his presentation was how strong his posture was for someone who had CMT. One of the moments that stood out to me the most during the workshop was when Chris mentioned that stretching could possibly be harmful. Up until that point, I had been stretching daily. I thought it was one of the better therapies that I could be doing for myself, but he compared it to constantly pulling on a rubber band. Eventually, it's going to lose its elasticity, and our bodies work the same way. I had also never heard of the myofascial system or how it relates to basic human movement. I was definitely curious and fascinated. I went home, I bought a textbook, I started doing my own research, and it all really just started making sense to me. It felt like I had found another missing puzzle piece to this disease. Chris was living proof that this method could be extremely effective, and that's really all the proof I needed to get started. So the training we do is not like anything I've done in the past with my physical therapist or my trainers. It was really important for me not to hang on to my previous beliefs of what fitness or exercise should look like, and I needed to trust him completely. The sessions are definitely harder than anything I've done before, and what I took notice of at the very beginning was the focus on breathing and exercising the diaphragm as a postural muscle. Chris is very patient and passionate about the process. He takes the time to observe and pinpoint my weakest areas, and because of that, I've been able to start to reverse a lot of the hypermobility that I've had due to yoga and overstretching. Because CMT also affects my hands, we've had to adapt to some limitations, but since Chris already has experience with this disease, we've been able to get creative with bands and different methods of getting a better grip on some of the weights and kettlebells with wraps, and we've been able to work around all of those obstacles. So over the past 6 weeks, I've definitely noticed a significant increase in strength, in improvement in my gait and my balance. I feel more confident in my step, and it's been easier for me to drive and just go about my daily routine. I feel the future of exercise is going back to the past, going back to the basics of human movement. There's such an overwhelming amount of advice from industry leaders and celebrities that we've forgotten how to listen to our own bodies. I've already recommended Chris to some of my closest friends and family. I think his practice is exactly what I need to get ahead of my progression, and there's no doubt that he'll be able to do the same for others.